Okay, moving around the hips, we're coming up forward to the quads and hip flexors. Stretching these two together is usually helpful. And the quads also are one of those muscles that likes to get all like bunched up. So starting out with some foam rolling or other tissue manipulation works great. I have a foam roller here. Quad means 4, so you have 4 quads that go down the front of your leg. And I like to target each one of those, starting from the inside, working my way out. I'll demonstrate that. I'm going to move kind of quickly, but when you do this on your own, it can take 1 to 2 minutes to roll each leg. Starting at the crease of my hip, I'm going to roll down the inside of my leg, nice and slow. Breathe through any tightness. You don't want it to be painful, but it will probably be uncomfortable. All right, once you reach the knee, you can roll back up. Rotate your leg a little so that you're more in the middle. Same thing, nice and slow, down the leg. Once you get to the top of the knee, roll back up. Rotating even more, I'm now more on the outside of my leg. We don't want to be all the way out on the IT band, still the quad. All right, that 4th quad starts on the inside groin area and ends on the outside knee. So that's what we're going to do. We'll start here, and as I roll, I'm going to rotate. All right, that's a quick tutorial on foam rolling the quad. Give both legs, then we'll go into our stretch. One of my favorite stretches is the couch stretch. A couch or a bench works really well for this one. Get into a kneeling position, stick a leg up there. Highly recommend a knee pad for this one. And then come into a tall kneel. This one's great because you're not using the back to compensate for quad tightness. You're actually getting a good stretch. You might find that this is too much of a stretch, and then a lower object like a ball might be helpful. If you have like a medicine ball or a smaller stool, put it there for a smaller stretch. All right, so coming back into the couch stretch. All right, this, if you want a little more stretch, think about flexing your quad, releasing, pressing a little more forward. The more forward you go, the more into your hip flexor it's going to come. The other thing you can do is flex your glute. That's going to open up the hips and let you get into that hip flexor a little more, maybe out of reach. All right, cool. Make sure to get both sides. If you don't have a couch, or maybe you just don't have a knee pad, that one's really uncomfortable, you can also do a quad stretch standing. When you do this, I like to have support so that you're not focused on the balance part and you're focused on a nice stretch. So we want to avoid this big back arch thing, right? I'm not stretching my quad at all. So I want to flex my glutes, tuck my tailbone under, and press my foot into my hand, okay? Now that stretch is in my quad instead of me doing a weird back bend knee trick, okay? So that's the key to the standing quad stretch. The last thing you could do for your hip flexor is a extended lunge stretch. So getting into a nice tall lunge here, you're going to get a stretch on that back hip flexor quad. And I kind of like to move through this one, find any tightness and hold that.